Now, there's a problem here in our love life that if you notice in the West, people change partners very quickly here. But in India, we don't change partners that quick. So sometimes if you notice in the West, the guy gets married and they're so much in love and they're exciting, they go to Cancun, Mexico, or they go to New York, California, and the beach and so on. And it's amazing how much they're in love, and they get married, and after 1 year, they're divorcing. What happened to the love? So much love, and then all of a sudden 1 year later they're leaving. Right? And it's the same thing that keeps going on again. He sees another woman, and he likes her, he gets married again, and same thing. It happens to the woman also. The woman sees the guy, she falls in love with him, and then 1 year later, they're not together again. What happened to love? I thought love is something that lasts forever. I thought love is something that never stops. Well, I don't think I'm wrong. Because in India and other countries like that, love lasts a lifetime. At one time I thought something was wrong with me, because I thought I'm staying too long with my wife. So maybe something is wrong with me. You know, when I keep seeing everybody getting new partners, maybe something is wrong with me. I'm not normal. Okay? Then I realized something. I realized that what they think is love here is not the same thing we think that is love there. In other words, when we look for you to be a very good-looking woman here, you have to at least appear once in your bikini. In other words, the shape of the body and how sexy the body look is going to determine how beautiful you are. That's in the West. But in the East, no. The woman has to look beautiful, well decorated. Beautiful jewelry, nice hair, some of them put flowers in the hair, and the woman dresses in a sari, very complete dress. And in India, we don't think that if the woman is sexy, she's a good person by looking at her in a bikini. We now look for the way she talks, the way she walks, the way her lips move, all becomes her beauty now. The way her voice is, if she talks softly. Si habla con suave, sentimental, ¿no? O habla como un burro. Okay. Right? How the woman talks is very important. Her singing voice is important. How she speaks to you. Her respect and her singing. So, in India, if you ever go to India, you will see this. If the woman is a wild woman, in other words, if she doesn't, she's not a person who carries herself in beauty, but in sexuality, everybody wants to sleep with her, but nobody wants to marry her. But the woman who carries herself in respect and beauty, oh boy, all the guys are fighting to marry her. So, beauty over here is different. Whereas true beauty is not here. Right? True beauty is not perceived by the man here. I shouldn't say true beauty is not here because there are beauty here. But people are not seeing it as that. So if the guy meets the woman and he wants to marry her because of the way she look and the way she talk, the way her lips move, the way she, oh boy, that's bliss alone. Just looking at her is love. He doesn't have to see her in the bikini himself. He just have to see her as she is, no matter how she's dressed. But he see her as his love. That is why the marriage will last for a lifetime.
Swami, and also in India, the woman has to know the 64 arts.
You have to know how to dance, you have to know how to cook, right? Why? Because that pleases the man. In India, if the man's wife doesn't know how to dance, he goes to the prostitute house and the prostitute dance for him. Right? So, the idea is, woman is beautiful. Her dancing is so beautiful. Her movement, the way her hips are move is also tantalizing and romantic. And so, when a man looks at a woman and he says, in America here, oh, I gotta get her in my bed. I gotta get her in my bed. You better run for your life. When a man looks at a woman and says, oh, I'm a good lover. I do good. You better run for your life. Because that's not going to be a husband. That's going to be just a temporary love. So when a man looks at you and says, look, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And you're probably dressed in jeans. Right? Then you know that this guy, he might have some good quality. You know? That's how you know that the man is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So, in this Western society, people have not realized. But you know when they realize? After 1 year they're finished with all the sexual lust and everything, and then they start to look at her more carefully. I say, oh, this is what I meant. And you know what a woman does? I like what a woman do over here. They dress up in makeup and everything, they look very nice and so on. And the guy asks her for a date. Oh, she's happy. Because she likes this guy. So the guy asks her for a date. So she goes on a date. Oh boy, and she's well dressed up, she has a lot of makeup on and so on, and very well dressed and so on. And so they get married. He proposes, they get married. And then after about 3 to 6 months, she stops wearing makeup. She stops dressing up. She becomes very mundane, routine. Now, she doesn't have to win him anymore. So she's not dressed up. Now the guy stops looking at her and he starts fooling around.